Hello again, guys, and welcome back to the Malted Man Cave. As I drop my notes, today I want to bring you guys something special. And if I had to say, if someone put a gun to my head and said, "What is your favorite distillery?" I think I would have to say that Glendronach takes that #1 spot for me right now. I mean, they just do not make bad whiskey. Every whiskey I've had is just like liquid gold, and if I could buy up every bit of Glendronach that I could, if I had all the money, I would. But then unfortunately I don't think I'd be married anymore. So today we have for you the Glendronach 12. A little something special about Glendronach is that most of their range right now is actually older than it states on the label. So this Glendronach 12, unfortunately I don't think that this one is, because this is the newer bottling. But until the last year or two, this is 2017, March the 7th, I believe, March the 6th. But anywho, I digress. I think up until the last year or two, the Glendronach 12, the Glendronach 15, the 18, the 21, if you had those older bottlings, you actually had a much older whiskey. Thus why everyone is after these, and it's really hard to get. So a little bit why you might ask. So Glendronach actually was mothballed in 1996. Goodness knows why. I mean, I'm glad because of all the amazing, older whiskeys that we have now, but I don't know why they would ever shut the doors on that amazing distillery, but it was. And mothballing, for those of you who may not know, is when they just basically stop production, but they leave the casks and everything kind of lying. Another thing that is amazing when it comes to actually the cask lying as they lay is that I think for the most part, everything I've ever read is that Glendronach only has dunnage warehouses. For those of you who don't know, dunnage warehouses are warehouses. They're not these prefabricated industrial warehouses. They are old school, a lot of them older storehouses that have mostly earth floors. A lot of the soil is on the bottom, and you just get this like rich, earthy kind of texture, that just kind of the smell that goes into the whiskey through all the years of maturing through the atmosphere as it soaks in and out of the oak cask, and it gives us this amazing chocolatey, earthy notes that I think Glendronach is most famous for, at least for me. That's what I love about it. So anyways, it was mothballed in 1996, and they just left it to age for, I believe, 5 or 6 years until 2001, when I think it was Allied Distillers Limited purchased them, and then in 2008, Ben Riach bought them. Excuse me. So in order to keep up their core range, they had to bottle older whiskeys. So if they had a 12-year-old, they had a hard time making, they couldn't make 12-year-old because they weren't making it. So they had to put older whiskeys in there. So thus, if you bought a Glendronach 12 in 2010, more than likely that Glendronach 12 probably had 17 to 18-year-old whiskey in it, which obviously is amazing, and that makes it really the best quality for your buck out there right now. Unfortunately, the one we're reviewing today is one of the newer releases, but it still is magnificent. They actually raised the alcohol. I think the older one was 40%, and I think it was chill filtered, but the newer ones, they're 43% ABV, they're not in chill filtered, and there's no color added. And that is specifically put on the label. And if you guys don't know, if you don't read it right here, then you cannot know for sure. So, without any further ado, let's get into some whiskey. And I actually poured this about 12 to 13 minutes ago. And for those of you who don't know, for older whiskeys, not older whiskeys, for anything pretty much over 10 years old, you want to let it sit for however many years it is. So if it's a Glendronach 12, you want to let it sit for at least 12 minutes. Same thing for a 15, you want to let it sit for 15 minutes. For an 18-year-old, you want to let it sit for 18 minutes. So, enough of me blabbering. Let's get into some whiskey. Oh my gosh, it's so good. On the notes, I'm really not in my game tonight, guys. On the nose, I get, pull up my notes. It's like putting your nose into a dried tin can of chocolate Nesquik. Just an amazing, amazing note of like dried cocoa chocolate. Sherry, plums, chocolate caramels, and Coco Lopez. Coco Lopez is a creamy coconut liquid that they use a lot in mixed drinks, tropical mixed drinks. It's amazing stuff. And I also get that on the 15. And I couldn't for the longest time figure out what the heck it was. I'm like, something that has to do with like when I was on vacation down in the, where was it? St. Martin with my wife. We get these creamy coconut fruity drinks, and somehow I got this. I'm like, what the heck is that? And that's what it is, creamy coconut, Coco Lopez. On the palate, I get this most amazing chocolate, earthy syrup from the sherry cask, the oak, from the dunnage warehouses. It's just fantastic stuff. Toffee, and again the creamy coconut, Coco Lopez. Lastly, for the finish, oh my gosh, guys, you have to go get this. If you can get the older version, get it, but the young one, the newer one, is still very, very good. I get a moderate finish with lingering milk chocolate syrup. Amazing stuff. Malted Man Cave is a 92 out of 100. In my opinion, this is the best 12-year-old out there that you can get. Best bang for your buck, best tasting. If you can find anything Glendronach, get it. If you find it and you don't want it, hit me up at the Malted Man Cave. I will buy it from you for a good price. Get it. Malted Man Cave approved. Hope you guys enjoy it. I hope to hear from you soon. Please like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe. Take care, guys.